everyone, Davina is here, and for today I would like to review the textbook that I have been reading. And the title of the textbook is A Strategies for Successful in Writing. But for today, because the book has a several edition, and I would like to review for the 11th edition of this book. Yeah, the concise 11th edition of Strategies for Successful in Writing is a comprehensive book that offers sample material for a full year's composition course. And this book believes that an effective composition textbook should address the students directly. The authors have aimed for a style that is conversational yet clear and concise. This style of this book invites students into the book, lessen their apprehension about writing, and provide a model for their own course. And this style complements the strong students' best approach to writing, and together they have to create a text that genuinely meets students' needs. 11th edition, there are changes with the previous. And among the changes, the following are: the first is critical thinking. The section includes guidelines for writing, evaluating source, planning, and drafting a source-based paper for each of the writing strategies. And each mode-based chapters also includes a section on thinking critically about the mode. And also there is an argument that has been reorganized to be easier to follow. And also there is the multimedia approach has been extended through the entire text and providing opportunity for students to write about meaningful media and to write for different media. And also there is the literature chapters. The literature chapters has been revised to include writing about film, television, updated critical approaches, a new section on writing explication, and a new student sample essay. And the last one is the changes of this edition is the emphasis on visual rhetoric has been strengthened. So right now we are going to enter the book and talk about each chapters. So guys, basically this book has 18 chapters and is grouped into 4 parts. And for the first part includes 4 chapters. There are chapter 1, chapter 2, 3 until 4. And for chapters 1, introduced to the purpose of writing and the qualities of audience awareness, which includes a discussion of discourse, communities, and qualities in a good writing. And chapters 2 offer suggestion for effective and critical in reading and thinking. And chapter 3 looks at planning and drafting stages. Chapter 4 takes students through the various revision stages, starting with a systematic procedure for revising the whole essay, and then moving to the pointer for revising its components part. And chapter 3 and 4 unified by an unfolding case history that includes the first draft of students' paper, the initial revision marked with changes, and the final version. Notes in the margin highlight key feature of the finished paper, and students can relate the sequence of events of their own project as they work through the various stages. And both chapters in chapter 3 and chapter 4 offer suggestion for using word processing programs. And in the chapter 4 explain peer evaluation of drafts, collaborative writing, and maintaining and reviewing a portfolio. In the second part includes the 5th until the 7th chapters. Chapter 5 first discusses paragraph unity. It then takes up topic sentences, adequate development, organization, coherence, and finally introductory, transitionals, and concluding paragraph. Throughout these chapters, as elsewhere, carefully selected examples and exercise from an integral part of the instruction. And chapter 6 focuses on strategies for creating effective sentences, such as strategies as coordinating and subordinating ideas and using parallelism help students to increase the versatility of their writing. And chapter 7, designed to help students improve their writing styles, deals with words and their effect, And also, this book distinguishes between abstract and concrete words as well as between specific and general terms. And the books also discusses them are explained as are tones, various types of figurative language, and irony. And the chapters concludes by pointing out how to recognize and avoid wordiness, euphemism, cliches, mixed metaphors, and sexist language. The 9 chapters in the third part, that are chapters 8 until chapter 16. Okay, in the third part, feature the various strategies or modes used to develop papers. And these strategies, which follow a general progression from less to more complex, are presented as natural ways of thinking, as problem solving strategies, and therefore as effective ways of organizing writing. And one chapter is devoted to each strategies. Each chapter includes a section on thinking critically about the mode, considering the ethics of writing in that mode, and critical synthesis of source. The discussion in the chapters for the third part follow a similar approach. First, explaining the key elements of strategies. Next, pointing out a typical classroom and on-the-job application to show students its practicality, then providing specific planning, drafting, and revising guidelines. Critical heuristic questions are also posed. A complete student's essay accompanied by question. Follow the questions section, and these essays represent realistic, achievable goals and spur students' confidence, while the questions reinforce the general principles of good writing and underscores the points that the book show in the discussion. And all chapters in 8 until 16 chapters conclude with a section entitled critical synthesis with source. This section explains and illustrates how students can advance their writing purpose by synthesizing material from various sources. Synthesis, of course, helps students improve and hone their critical reading and thinking skills. The fourth and final part of this book are chapter 17 until chapters 18. Chapter 17 over practical advice on studying for exams, assessing test question, and writing essays answers. And in chapter 17, this facilitates students' comprehension and also analyze both good and poor answer to the same question and provide an exercise that requires students to perform similar analysis. And in chapter 18 has been expanded to focus on writing about literature, film, and television. And in this chapter's 18 focuses on plot, point of view, character, settings, symbols, irony, theme, and other elements that students will most likely be asked to write about. And for each element, the book first presents basic features and then offer writing guidelines. Diverse examples illustrate these elements. And also, in chapters 18, distinguishes writing an explication, a review, and a literary analysis. And the chapters ended with section that detail the development of students' paper and explain how to include the views of others when writing about literatures. So guys, those are the brief explanation of each chapters in this book. If you are hopeless and you don't know the steps that you are going to take to write academic well, so this book is certainly for you and it will guide you to reach the writing standards you are going to reach for. And thank you for listening my video from the beginning until the end. I really appreciate your time and I hope it will help you. And I would like to say see you for another chance.